Well, Chris, it's hard to believe that the most popular wine in Canada in the 70s, selling up to 8 million bottles a year, was Baby Duck. But times have changed, and BC's wine industry has won countless international awards. Yet many wine lovers from other countries have yet to discover BC's wineries, so the industry is working hard to make BC wineries a prime travel destination. Tonight we begin a 4-part series on the state of wine tourism in BC, and we start by looking at just how far it's come in a relatively short time. Linda Aylesworth has the story.
Because we're doing this quite a bit smaller volume, we can use pickers, and all our work is done by hand.
They've come from New York, wine experts who buy for some of their city's top restaurants.
How many different grape varietals do you guys grow?
They know a lot about wine, and yet...
This is my first time, even hearing anything really in Canada other than ice wine. So for me, it's actually kind of very interesting to come out to the West Coast and just see this whole new, region.
The Okanagan Valley is a new region. It's also a small one. With 9,000 acres of vineyards, we grow less than 2% of the grapes that California does. One reason our wine is a relatively well-kept secret. Do you like it?
I like it. I do like it. Yeah, and we're interested to taste even more of it. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah,
our first day here.
Right. I mean, we still have tonight. We're going to have a little bit more, and then tomorrow we're hitting a couple of wineries tomorrow as well.
Wine tourism is a relatively new phenomenon here, but the Okanagan has long been a magnet for tourists. It's just that the types of people who came and the things they came for used to be quite different.
Historically, it's been families coming, spending their 2-3 weeks, and whatever it has been, and really enjoying that.
I remember, getting into the station wagon and coming up with the hibachi, and at that time, I think the Okanagan was best known for peaches and beaches.
They made wine in the Okanagan back in the peaches and beaches days, but it was hardly something to flock to, more like run away from. 20 years later, things have changed.
I think as the wine improved, it attracted more sophisticated people, too, that wanted a better experience, and I think that's what we're seeing now.
It is a little older. They are traveling without children. They have higher education, higher disposable income. They're looking for the so-called finer things in life.
I just happen to have a bottle.
And there's plenty of finer things to be had.
That's the 06 Riesling Reserve Ice Wine. And just won the IWC trophy for the best ice wine in the world.
How big is that?
That's huge. The world's the world. It's a big place, and it's the best one.
The best isn't cheap, but that's another thing that's changed about today's wine tourist. They're willing to pay for quality.
A little variety of different wines. I just paid for it, about $70 for the 3 bottles.
And you don't have any trouble with that?
No, not at all. No. No, because we're going to have probably a nice steak with our dinner tonight, and, it'll be very nice.
Salud to a beautiful fall.
Today's wine tourist wants the full meal luxury deal. Great cuisine, fabulous accommodations, unique architecture to enhance their experience. Even the glasses used in many tasting rooms are going high-end.
Pinot Noir is such a delicate varietal to work with. It's the shape of the bowl that is really layering the flavors as they, it's almost like an accordion, they're lifted.
Good stemware not only accentuates the best attributes of a wine, it also brings forth the bad ones. Fortunately, there isn't much of that anymore, which is why wine tourists from far and wide are coming to BC.
So welcome to Summerhill. My name's Brianne. I'll be your tour guide today.
The wineries have really been leaders in building the infrastructure in this province in terms of tourism. If you build it, they will come, and that really has held true.
Because there's no better way to discover and understand a wine than by visiting the place it was created.
Being in the land, talking to the winemakers, walking the vineyards, feeling the soil, looking at the sunlight, this, does not taste like anything else that I've tasted before. Really a true representation of where it's come from.